Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Museum Munchkins. I'm Mr. Nick, and today we are talking all about mountain lions. And we're going to start off by singing a mountain lion song if you want to stand up on your feet. All right, so this song is called There's a Mountain Lion Over There. And we're going to listen to the song and follow along with kind of what the song is talking about. So this song is a little bit of a story. And if you've ever gone on a bear hunt, have you ever done that song before? Or read that story before? It's a little bit like that. So we're going to do a few things in this song. We're going to see a mountain lion over there. We're going to sneak past the mountain lion. Then we're going to run away from the mountain lion and then escape from the mountain lion. Are you ready to sing our song? All right, here we go. See if you can follow along with some of the motions we do. So for this first part, because we're just going to see our mountain lion, let's look and point. Are you ready? There's a mountain lion over there. There's a mountain lion over there. Mountain lion or a puma, you might even call them cougars. There's a mountain lion over there. Shh, let's sneak past the mountain lion over there. Can we tiptoe? Let's sneak past the mountain lion over there. If we're really, really quiet, we can easily sneak by it. Let's sneak past the mountain lion over there. Shh, can we sneak past it? Oh no! Someone stepped on a stick! Let's run from the mountain lion over there. Let's run from the mountain lion over there. Can you run? Well, you know we must go faster, 'cause it's all of us she's after. Let's run from the mountain lion over there. We escaped the mountain lion over there. We escaped the mountain lion over there. Well, next time, let's just observe it. My lesson, I have learned it, 'cause we escaped the mountain lion over there. There's a mountain lion over there. There's a mountain lion over there. Mountain lion or a puma, you might even call them cougars. There's a mountain lion over there. Very good. I hope you had fun with that song. I'm going to set my guitar down so we can talk all about mountain lions today. Set my guitar down right over on the stand that I have right here. Now, have you ever seen a mountain lion before? Mountain lions live around here in North America and in South America. In fact, we find them all the way up here in the Yukon of Canada. So way up here, all the way down through Canada, through North America, through the United States, through Mexico and Central America, down into South America, into some mountains called the Andes. So we find them in a huge number of places. Now, in some places, we call them mountain lions. In other places, they're known as cougars or pumas. They have a lot of different names because they're found in lots of different places, and lots of different people have encountered them and given them names. And in fact, the mountain lion or puma or cougar or whatever you call them actually is a world record holder for the most number of different names that one animal can have. Just in the language of English, there are 40 different names for mountain lions, because there's so many, they're found in so many different places. So mountain lions have lots of different names. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you think of a question while we're talking about mountain lions right now, make sure to let us know, and we're going to answer some questions in a little bit, all right? Now, mountain lions are a type of large cat. So there are lots of cats that live on our planet. You might even have a cat that lives at your house. In fact, they're the second largest cat that lives here in the United States. The only cat that we find here in the United States that's bigger than the mountain lion is the jaguar, found down in the southern part of the United States. Most of them are about 7 feet long. That includes their long tail, and weigh around 100 pounds. But they can get much bigger. We have found mountain lions that are as long as 9 feet long and weigh over 200 pounds. So we can find lots of different sized mountain lions too in all of the different places that we find them in the Americas. Now, the name mountain lion probably came because of the color of their fur. So mountain lions usually have kind of a tawny blonde color to their fur, like kind of like a light brownish color, just like if you can think of what a lion looks like in Africa, just kind of like that color. That's where kind of where they get the name mountain lions. But we can also find mountain lions that have kind of a silvery gray fur or even a reddish colored fur. So they come in lots of sizes and different colors, but they're all the same animal. Now, even though mountain lions are really big cats, they're actually not considered big cats. So you might have heard that before on TV or in a documentary or maybe in a book that you were reading. Big cats, the scientists use to talk about certain types of cats that live on our planet, like lions, African lions that live in Africa, or tigers. Those are types of big cats. And there's one thing that big cats can do that other cats can't. They can roar. Can you make a roaring sound? Roar! Yeah. So big cats can roar, but a mountain lion is not a big cat. In fact, they're not even in the same group as cats like lions and tigers. Mountain lions are found in the same subfamily of animals as cats that we keep as pets. So they're in that group. So even though they're really, really, really big, much bigger than the cats that you might have living at your house or that a friend or a relative might have living at their house, even though they're much bigger than that, they're in the same group of animals as the cats that we have at our houses, which means even though they can't roar, they can make other noises. They can make kind of like chirping, whistling sounds when they see things that get them really excited, like birds or things. And they can growl, like, can you make a growling sound? And they can purr, just like the cats that we keep at home. But even though mountain lions are kind of just like big versions of the cats that we keep at home, they would not make a very good pet. They're much too large to live in our houses, and they're wild animals, and we should never bring them in our houses. And mountain lions, another good reason that we shouldn't have them at our house is that mountain lions are carnivores. Can you say that word with me? Carnivore. Yeah, and a carnivore is an animal that only eats meat, and mountain lions will eat just about any animal that they can catch. So they use these big, sharp teeth. Let me get a little closer so you can see their teeth. They use these big, sharp teeth in their mouths to catch their food. So see, they have some really long teeth here at the front of their mouth, and then these sharper teeth in the back of their mouth that they use for chewing and slicing up other animals that they like to eat, since they're carnivores. So they like to eat things like deer and elk and goats and sheep and pronghorns, which we're going to learn about in a few weeks. Those are just a few of the animals that mountain lions like to eat. And even though they can run very fast, mountain lions like to be really quiet and sneaky when they're hunting their food. So rather than chasing down their food, maybe like a cheetah would, a cheetah's a really fast type of cat that might chase their food to grab it, mountain lions are much different. They like to be really sneaky. And if you have a cat at home, you know that your cat probably likes to be really sneaky and quiet sometimes. So they will wait and save their energy until their food gets really close, and then they'll jump on it and grab it to eat it. And they're very, very sneaky and very shy, which means they don't like to be out around where people can see them. But if you're really lucky and you're out in an area where mountain lions live, you might see one from a really far way away. They don't like to get too close to people. And in fact, that's exactly what our story is about today. Our story today is called Puma Dreams, written by Tony Johnston and illustrated by Jim LaMarche. And this story is all about a little girl whose dream it is to see a mountain lion, or a puma, another name for a mountain lion. So let's read our story today. Let me get a little closer so you can see all the pictures. My Gram says everybody needs at least one dream. Mine is to see a puma. Gram calls that a long dream, for it may not ever happen. She says pumas are elusive as a handful of wind. That their numbers are dwindling, getting smaller and smaller. Some are hunted down. Some are forced from the land when people move in, so they keep shy of people and to themselves, quiet like secrets. Near here, years ago, a puma showed up by a horse corral, stalking supper, and someone spotted one down our canyon, dozing on an old oak limb. A neighbor says puma kittens once were hiding in his barn, but me, I've never seen one. I want to before they're gone. It is summer now. The grass is dry. The hills are puma colored. This time of year, my dream wakes up and roams my mind. I make a plan. Animals love the tang of salt, like kids love sweet. I'll place a salt lick on a hill close to our house where I can watch it till the cows come home. That's a saying of Gram's. I'll fix on that salt lick when I can. I hope if I'm patient and a little lucky, I'll see my puma. One damp morning, fog swallows the hills and creeps through the trees, slow and thick like a mystery. Gram and I jounce down to the feed barn in her old truck. I invest my allowance money in a salt lick. 50 pounds, like me. We jounce back and struggle the salt from the pickup. Plunk! Then we grin at each other and lick it for luck. Now I wait for a puma. It may take days, years, or never, but you don't give up on dreams, Gram says. Easy dreams aren't worth a pin or a pickle. I watch for a puma to come on the salt lick. I imagine that big cat slipping through our wheat field on whisper feet, slow, oh, slow, like fog, but I never see one. I imagine it as it prowls the dark with owls, but I never see one. I imagine snow dusting my puma as it hunts in the darkest hours. Still no luck. Days go by, months, Other animals come and mark the lick with their tongues. Deer, cattle, elk, finches sign it with their tiny beaks, and roadrunners who enjoy admiring themselves in the mirror of Graham's truck. Now it's a very rainy day. A small rain turns our road to mud. When it dries, I almost see a puma. There are cat tracks there, as big as hands. My dream is close, but far. I make myself a puma stick for when Graham and I walk the hills. I whittle a small puma for a handle. After many walks, from the rub of my hand, the little puma smooths and shines. Time passes, and time. Our salt lick is worn down by many tongues, but no pumas that I have seen. Graham says things happen when you are looking the other way. One early morning, I am eating oatmeal, my back to the Salt Lick Hill. My skin begins to prickle. Something is about to happen. Something tells me to turn around, so I do, slowly. And there is my long dream, golden in the rising sun, warily checking the salt. It does not lick it, just circles around it, head up, maybe sniffing to know who has been there before, maybe to know who is still near. I can't speak, so I just point. Graham beams. The puma is beautiful, partly because pumas may soon disappear, partly because it just is. When it goes away, I keep looking at that place. For me, the puma will always glimmer there, a great golden ghost. From the work of many tongues, the salt sculpture is smaller now, so I lug it home, a doorstop for my room. My Graham says everybody needs at least one dream. My first one came true. Soon a new dream takes its place. I want to help pumas stay in the world and be safe. I don't know how to do that, but I will find a way. The end. My, oh my, what an interesting story. That girl had such a wonderful dream just to see a mountain lion or a puma, just to see one. That's a really good dream. A really simple dream too, it sounds like, but it took her a long time to see it, didn't it? Well, now we're going to do an activity so we don't have to wait quite so long to see a mountain lion, because we're going to make some mountain lion puppets of our own so that you can see a mountain lion at your house right now. So, but first I need to clean up my station here so I've got room to do our activity. All right, so for this activity, you're going to need a little paper bag. And then I'm using some scratch paper, some old pieces of construction paper that I had. I'm recycling that. So I need some brown paper, a little bit of white paper, and a little bit of red paper. I'm going to need a glue stick and my scissors and a black marker here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out some shapes using my brown paper, and that is going to help me make some arms and ears and a tail and a mouth for my puma, for my mountain lion. So first I'm going to cut some strips just like this, and I'm going to cut a little bit bigger one for me to make the mouth with, and then I'm going to leave this one just like it is. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use kind of this little piece of paper here to cut out some rounded shapes like this to make my mountain lion ears. There we go, I've got my 2 mountain lion ears there. And then I'm going to fold this piece of paper in half just like this. And then right up here near where I folded it in half, I'm going to cut a round shape like this, kind of like a half a circle. And then when I take them apart, I've got 2 little mountain lion paws. Perfect, so I've got my paws and I've got my ears. I'm also going to need my mountain lion's mouth. And for that, I'm going to cut sort of a letter B shape. So again, I'm going to fold my paper in half. Folding my paper in half like this before I start cutting helps me to make things that are symmetrical. That means they look the same on one side as they do on the other. So this time I'm going to find that fold and I'm going to cut sort of a half of a letter B shape. So kind of round like this. And now watch when I unfold it, I've got sort of a little letter B, and that's going to be my mountain lion's mouth. Very good, and I need one more piece. I need my mountain lion's long tail. So mountain lions have a long, smooth tail that's kind of rounded on the end of it. So I'm going to make a long tail and I'm going to round the top of it. There we go, perfect. Okay, so now I've got my tail and my paws and my ears and my mouth. Very good. And now I need to take my white paper and I'm going to cut out 2 circles for the eyes. And again, if you can fold your paper in half like this, then when you cut out 1 circle, it'll turn into 2 circles because there's 2 sides of the paper. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut around there. So I've got my 2 eyes now. And I'm going to take my red paper and just cut a little piece off like that. And then, just like I did, do you remember what I did for the paws? How I cut just a little round top there, or on the tail, how I cut just a little round top there? I'm going to do the same thing with this red paper. I'm going to cut just a little round top on here, and that's going to be my little mountain lion's tongue. Perfect. And now that I have everything cut out, I can start putting things together. And while we put things together, I'm going to answer a question that I got from Elle. So Elle would like to know how fast a mountain lion is. Ooh, that's a very good question. Because remember, we said that mountain lions like to be kind of slow and sneaky when they're hunting their prey. But if they needed to go faster, mountain lions can move a little bit faster. Not as fast as an animal like a cheetah that can run up to like 65 miles an hour, but they can move pretty fast, around 30 to 35 miles an hour. All right, I'm going to stick my mountain lion's mouth and tongue on the front of my bag. So see, I'm using the bottom part of the bag here as sort of the head for my mountain lion. So I stuck the mouth and the tongue on there. Now let's glue on these eyes. 1 eye for that side, and 1 eye for this side. There we go. Let's push that on there. So now I've got my 2 eyes on there too. Make sure that glue is holding it on there. And then I'm going to take my paws, and the very top of it here, I'm going to fold that over so that I've got a little bend here so my mountain lion's paws will stick off the front of its body. And I'm going to glue the paws onto the front of my mountain lion puppet too. 1 and 2 paws. There we go. And now I'm going to flip my puppet over so I can put the ears on. I'm going to put the ears on the top of my mountain lion's head. And I also need to find a place to stick this tail on. So I'm going to put a lot of glue, I think, on this tail so it sticks onto the back of my bag really easily. Sort of sticking off the sides so you can see it. And then I'm going to glue on these ears. So one on both sides. So mountain lions don't have huge, enormous ears, so I didn't make my ears very big. And two, there we go. So let's make sure again, I'm gonna press on there so everything stays on there. All right, ooh, but now it looks a little plain, doesn't it? You've got no pupils and no whiskers or no claws or anything. So I'm gonna use my marker here to add some details on here. So I'm gonna add a couple little spots on both sides of its mouth for the whiskers. And I'm gonna add a little triangle for its nose. And now mountain lions, their eyes are kind of like little, their pupils are kind of long slits, but they can get rounder like that. If you've got a cat at home, you know that their eyes can get really big. Okay, so I've got some eyes now. Now I'm gonna draw just a couple little claws on its paws. There we go. Oh, and maybe I'll add just a little bit of hair in its ears so you can see where its ears are right there. There we go, perfect. And now I've got my own little mountain lion puppet, so I can make it, I can put my hand inside here and I can make my mountain lion be really sneaky and quiet while we go on some adventures around the museum, maybe, I think. And we would love it if you guys, if you end up making your own mountain lion puppet today, we would love it if you would share that with us here on Facebook or on our Instagram. We'd love to see your mountain lion creations that you come up with and what adventures you guys get up to. And I hope you guys had fun today and that you'll join us next week when we talk all about rabbits. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.